Welcome to Nutz at Night, episode number 95. Nutz at Night is that show where, I don't know, do you guys find things interesting like we do? Well, then maybe things we find interesting, you will agree with what you guys find interesting. I totally messed that up. That's what we talk about here. Interesting things that we think are fun, interesting, goofy, crazy, techie. Usually tech-based because we're all tech guys. And I hope you enjoy the show. So let me introduce the co-host for the show tonight. We have, for the first time ever on Nutz at Night, Steve D'Amico from smdcomputer.com.
Thought you were going to say Jessica Alba.
What's up, Steve?
Hey, not much. I had something fun. I'll tell you about it soon.
Okay. We'll come right back to you after we introduce Liam Tidwell from liamtech.com. What's up, Liam?
How you doing? I'm broadcasting from inside a Nintendo 64. Super Nintendo.
You know what? You actually look like you're on like a space station. Why don't you say you're from a space station?
Yeah.
He's literally
live from the ionosphere.
He's literally in outer space. He doesn't know it, but he actually is in outer space.
You'll have to bear with me. The delay is going to be very huge out here.
And you're going to age quicker out there. Isn't that what happens?
Slower.
Oh, same
Age
thing.
slower?
No, quicker. You're correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Gravity slows down time. I was reversed there. That's what happens when you drink, kids. Don't drink. It's bad for your health and brain. Good for your belly.
All right, Steve D, what do you want to talk about?
I had a nice little moment. It was yesterday, in fact. I was getting kind of beat up in the. I was getting kind of beat up. I wasn't getting many clients for whatever reason. I was getting through a lull point, and but something real nice happened. Actually, I called one of my competitors. I called him back because he had a system for me, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll bring it by." So one of my competitors hand delivers a laptop for me to repair, which is kind of fun. And then he leaves. But what makes it even more fun than that is who came after him, which was another competitor.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, these are direct competitors. These guys are almost in my neighborhood. They're as close as it gets when it comes to tech shops, and they're two. Now I have two separate shops that are giving me some business, and I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go from here as far as more and more work, but it's looking pretty cool because I didn't think I would be able to get this guy. He was pretty adamant that he wasn't going to use me and that my prices for him were astronomical, and he pretty much told me off with curse words and everything.
Really? And then he came crawling back?
Yep, he came crawling back to the source. And for these guys, I'm doing DC jacks. All I do is I give them a pretty decent rate, less than what they should be charging on the street. And they make money, I make money, and the world is a happy place. But they're really happy because I get the jobs done quick because I do I keep the jacks in stock, like I've mentioned before, so that they're able to get these jobs that they hand to me fast, same or next day.
Same or next day?
Yeah.
You charge like overnight rates?
No, nope. I give them a pretty good rate. Actually, I'll say it out loud. It's $90, but I charge $150 on the street, and I'm saving people from buying new motherboards from my biggest competition, which is Best Buy, of course, who says, oh, you should just buy a new laptop, which is like, $500-$600. So people, depending on the laptop. So people are, off the street, they're happy to pay the $150. But with my competitors, they're charging at least $150 because they're getting the work done through me for $90.
I think it's great. I used to love doing stuff like that. I mean,
yeah.
Also, when you're dealing with a guy like that, you don't have to deal with the public. So you say, oh, you're only charging $90. I think that's a good rate, first of all, and second of all, like I said, you don't have to deal with the customer. You just give it back to that dude, and then you're done with it. So it does take that whole other part of the time away from you. So it's worth it for $90. And,
absolutely.
And he could start giving you tons of them. And you just start cranking them out. I mean, do like 4 laptop repair jacks in a day. That'd be pretty sweet if you get bulk. You said it's just for laptop jacks.
Yeah, so far that's
okay.
what they've been giving me. But what I did was I'm really, really cool and nice to these guys. So I come into their shop. I'll hand deliver to them sometimes because they get stuck in their shop sometimes, and I'm leaving. They end off the day later than I do, so I'll drop by and say hello and hand off some stuff, and every time they pay me cash, of course. But one of the guys were like, hey, I gotta ask you a question. I'm kind of stuck on this one. What would you do if you had this situation?
Right.
So I'm like, oh, let me show you. So I go behind the scenes and start looking at his shop and checking everything out. And I'm like, and I give him advice on all his work.
Yeah.
And which is, I mean, it sounds terrible. I'm helping my competition. No, I'm helping him giving me stuff.
Right.
And in fact, a couple of times he goes, whoa. You mean I really got to do all that? And I'm like, yeah, to get it done right. And he's like, you know what? You want to do it? Because he sees I obviously know what the hell I'm doing and talking about. So he's like, you know what? You just do it. And one of them was loading drivers. He had to set up a Lenovo system, and he tried for 5 days to get drivers to work on it. And then
Seriously? So are these guys like incompetent, or are they just they're not as sharp as you?
No, you know what? Because
Let's just say yes and leave it at that.
I know I would have struggled on this one, but I had a little trick under my sleeve thanks to our friend here who happens to be on the same podcast, Liam.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Liam is the trick under your sleeve?
Yeah, he solved the driver problem pretty quickly. I mean, it's kind of a known thing. Yeah, it's kind of a known thing. What I did was he told me to use driver packs, just burn them onto a disk, which is, well, he actually originally told me to just copy them to an external hard drive. And I'm like, it's not going to work. It's because it's XP. I'm like, it's just going to search one directory at a time. And he's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, yes, it is. And he forgot that's Vista and 7 that does that. But instead, what you do with if you copy all the driver packs to one disk and then just jam that disk into the drive, it'll search the entire drive with XP. And then it found every driver quickly.
Oh,
really?
Really?
Yeah.
Good, man. Good.
Yeah.
Why don't you save this for Are you going to come on Podnutz? Save this stuff for Podnutz.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
We're doing the roundtable discussion. Matt Rainey is.
We need to get on there.
You're in the pool. If you guys have been on Podnutz, you're in the pool of guests.
Yes.
Email him at matt@podnutz.com.
Pool needs chlorinated.
Yeah. Well,
I'm in there. Let's be honest. Come on.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
just a fat, bald guy from Canada. I'm like Chris without hair.
Well, you should come on the show, and or at least I'll sign up for daily. Come on, you guys.
Well, yeah, I heard you got a lot of people for daily.
We do. We could still use people.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad you're you're getting business from businesses.
Yeah, that's the best part though, is that they came in on the same day, which made me feel like king of the world.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want you? I should have videotaped my dance I did after I got that. It was a partially like an aneurysm kind of dance, like a shudder dance.
Yeah.
And it looked like I had to
clap. I can confirm this. It looks like all you needed was the leg warmers and a headband and a sweatsuit. He was doing a little run in place. I'm a maniac. Yeah. He really was.
Really? You saw
like
the
a little girl.
Yeah, I squealed.
I'm like, dude, what's your deal?
He squealed, really?
You know what that
Yeah,
was?
I squealed.
Dude, when I left,
but I bet you're gonna tell me.
That's pretty awesome. You had the webcam in the shop. No, when I left the DMV after I got my registration without actually having my title, I didn't squeal like a little girl. I yelled out the window like a freaking cowboy. Yeehaw! That's what you need to do.
I was trying to be slightly quiet because now I have a neighbor next to me, and I have a really cool neighbor next to me now, and he's an exclusive tattoo artist.
Really?
And he spent the place next to me was horrible. It looked like a bomb went off in this place. It was terrible. It was disgusting. Horrible, ratty, awful carpet and disgusting walls, and it just looked like ugh. It really looked scuzzy,
Yeah.
And this guy came in and spent about $15,000 on the space, just rehabbing it, just putting in marble floors and new carpets.
I swear, tattoo shops, they do that. They always renovate like crazy. William, are you raising your hand? Does that mean you want to add something, or?
I'm trying to get that damn ice cream cone.
So, what do you mean exclusive tattoo artist?
Yeah, he only does things by appointment. You don't just like walk in and wait online or something. You come in, he does a consulting thing, and then it sets an appointment, and that's how it works. And he's gonna actually set it so he buzzes people in and everything, so there's not like a group or like a hangout situation. Like he's the real deal. Supposedly, I don't know, I haven't talked to him, but I heard through the grapevine that he's tattooed some very famous people too as well, like rock stars.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, this is cool.
Like who?
I can't say because I'm not sure, but it's some like.
You mean you can't say because you don't know, or you can't say because you swore secrecy?
I swore secrecy.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay. All right, Liam, who did it? Who is it?
I probably should have, though.
Is it anybody good, Liam?
All right. I this is what I was told.
People you've heard of.
I heard Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. That's what
really?
I heard. But I'm not sure of that. So yeah,
That guy is a giant walking tattoo. So really, who hasn't tattooed him?
Yeah.
I know. It's like he just walks through a crowd and people tattoo him on the way. Like, you mean you've heard? What do you mean you've heard?
I got another one. Damn it!
What do you mean you've heard? Did the guy tell you that or not?
No. The guy didn't tell me. It was people like other people.
Wow.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool. I can't wait until he's really more busy. But
Are you gonna get a tattoo or from him?
Well, I have no plans.
Get like a hot air rework station, like around your back or something. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's the geekiest thing ever.
Get like a motherboard on your chest and a laptop jack on the back, and like connect it with a wire or something. You know, you really. All right. Wait, Liam, what do you want to bring to the show tonight?
Oh, jeez. I got links there for you in the chat and the Skype. Either way.
Well, that's the lazy way. That's the lazy way to bring content. That's the lazy way to bring content, isn't it?
That's the wonderful way to bring content.
I don't see them in the Justin TV chat. You don't know? You don't know we're using the Justin TV chat from now on. You didn't know
Is
that?
that why nobody's talking? Nobody has said a thing since I've joined the chat here?
Yeah, that's
that must
why.
Be it. Well, then you're going to have to reach over to your little Skype deal.
I got it. I got it. You could keep putting in whatever room you want.
So,
Extreme Tech?
Yeah, I think this would certainly help me a little with this International Space Station connection I got here floating around.
What is it?
Something like 3.3 terabytes a second. How about that?
26 terabits, right? Terabits per second?
Terabits a second, yeah.
Transmitted with a single laser could supercharge internet backbone.
In a second. 1 second.
Do you realize like Comcast? Do you realize what happened when Comcast executives read this? Do you know what happened in the pit of their stomach when they read this? They freaked, and I bet you tomorrow all lasers on Earth will be gone. I think that's how powerful Comcast is. Anyway,
nah, I mean they already transmit that stuff over iridium laser anyways. That's what the backbone's all is. I mean they're all, most places you got 10 gigabit Ethernet coming in that gets spread through the system over their hybrid coax and everything. I mean,
oh really?
But this just more. I mean, this just once the pipe is there, we can do this with one laser instead of. I mean, there's so much dark fiber anyway. Fiber. I mean, you can push so much through a fiber to begin with.
Now, when you say dark fiber, you mean fiber that's sitting there unused?
Yeah, I mean when you don't just lay. It's not like it's one fiber. You've got fiber. You've got buffer tubes that protect it. Then you've got your jacketing around that gel, and then kind of the outer sheath. Normally, you're going to have anywhere from 10. I think the smallest fiber count I've ever seen was 10, 12. 12s is kind of more common, multiples of 12, 24, 48, all the way on up to whatever kind of crazy thick fiber you want. But just to be able to do this over one fiber with one laser is amazing.
That is amazing. So, what is this going? Is this pie in the sky, or is this actually implemented in places? What is it?
No, I think this is just a proof concept. I mean, before it looks like they were able to do 100 terabits a second, but that took 500 lasers. Where with one laser, they can do a quarter of that. I mean, it's just, it's Moore's Law.
Damn.
Smaller, faster, bigger.
I want to get that. Can I get that? Does Fios have that? 26 terabyte, the 26 terabit plan? 26 down?
26E, please.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with 5 up, you know? Give me 5 up.
26
I'm
down to
talking
5 up.
megabits.
Yeah.
Megabits. I don't even need gigabits. Just give me megabits.
Yeah,
Megabits
no,
up,
trust me. You need more. Whatever you have up there in the space station's not enough. That's pretty cool,
I got
man.
quite a beautiful view.
Cool. Very cool. Let's go back to Steve D, and I'll try to find something to talk about soon.
Oh, we've got Flint.
Okay, you guys take it over then. Go ahead, Steve D.
Okay. I can't get this channel open. Oh, there it is. Finally.
I'm actually in both, so if you have links, just put them in either one. Doesn't matter.
Okay, here we go.
And what is this? What is this we are seeing? The link not coming through of
this. You know what? I finally saw this, and I've been waiting for somebody to finally say this, and it's so right. This little infograph.
Well, before you say this,
I love infographics.
Anybody in the Justin TV chat room, Steve D just sent me a link. I want you to guess where it's from. What site did he just send me a link from? You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, guys. Well, they're on a lag anyway, so they get an extra 5 seconds.
5 seconds. It's like that lag is like 90 seconds.
Is it really that long?
Oh, mine's pretty bad.
They're gonna say it, but anyway, it's BuzzFeed. Steve, this is actually Steve D's privately owned site because he keeps promoting it. Okay, so what do we got here, Steve?
Oh, this is you might not want to scroll all the way to the absolute bottom of this because there's naughty language, but it's called F the Future, and what it is that as people that we finally we always want to know, we're always dreaming about what's going to be like in the future. Oh, technology will be so cool, computers will be so fast, everything's going to be so cool. Imagine games in 10 years, 20 years. You know what? This is what we had to look forward to. Look at this, right? Then with the Super Nintendo, all you had to do, this was the past. This was when things were actually good, right? Then you had to insert a cartridge, press power, click start 3 times, and then boom, you're playing a game. And it takes 20 seconds to do this, right? All you have to jam that cartridge and you're pretty much ready
Usually
to go.
less than that.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you're used to doing it. I mean,
Right.
So many times. You can get it even faster. But now, let's see, with a PlayStation 3, you have to insert a game, wait 15 seconds for loading, wait for the unskippable game logos and name, another loading, this one loads the intro, press the skip the intro button, loading, select the play mode, log on to all the online stuff, then wait for more loading. Select and customize your character, then more loading, and then finally you get to play. And it takes 10 minutes versus the 20 seconds that it was in the past.
That's a good point. Very good point. Valid, I must say.
And then look at VHS tapes, right? We all used to love them back in the day. You know how long it takes to just jam a VHS tape into your VCR and hit the play button? And some of them you didn't even have to hit the play button. You just inserted that VHS play tape and it plays. It starts playing immediately on some of them, some of the nicer ones.
Yes.
These days, you have to insert you have to find your DVD, make sure it's not scratched, then jam it into you got to turn on your DVD player, right? Remember, don't forget to turn it on. VHS was, those players were always on, right? Then you insert the DVD, wait for that friggin' FBI warning.
Oh, come on. You're telling me that wasn't on VHS? Did you ever watch movies back then?
It was on there.
It was,
they
but
were
you
red
just fast forward right through it. But you can't skip the FBI.
Oh, I got you.
Then you have the unskippable playing soon screen. Then the unskippable, but you can fast forward the actual trailer. Then you have to look at the DVD menu, and then you have to select the language if you need to, subtitles or sound options. A lot of times we have to at least do the sound options. Then go back to the main menu, and then finally hit play. And it can
whoa! There's like 4 more steps if this is a Disney movie, and you'll know that once you have kids. Because they have a thing called Fast Play, and it says click Fast Play to begin now. You click Fast Play, and it restarts. You go back to the main menu, and it replays. Fast Play is loading.
That's so great.
And you're like, are you
Play is
effing
loaded.
kidding me? Or you click menu, and it does the same thing.
Really?
I think the people that did the drivers for the HP printers also invented fast play.
Probably.
So versus, VHS was 2 seconds till you get to play something, but DVDs it's like 5 minutes at least.
I agree. This is good so far. Then you got what, TVs back then when there was no terminal, just a plain old cable TV or plain old cable directly into the TV. One,
Yeah.
open TV, channel plus, 0 delay between channels, flipping, repeat step 2 till you see what's on every channel. Now you have open TV, open terminal, open audio amplifier, press channel up, wait about 2 seconds between each channel flips, navigate in a no resolution slobby. First of all, the guy who wrote this is not good with English.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah,
He might be from the UK.
Okay. All right, navigating the low resolution, slobby, and laggy on-screen TV guide now and then. Repeat step 4 with no space in between, about 350 times no space in between. Got something about it. Dude, move that mic away from your face. We got a car.
D'Amico.
A car.
I know, that's great. No captions or nothing.
For the car, yeah. What is that thing? A GTO or Cougar? What is that? I don't know what kind of
I
car.
don't know. It's cool though.
Barracuda, clearly.
Is it a Barracuda?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about cars.
Anyway, he's
I
doing
know
like
as much about cars as I do about hairstyles.
it's like this American muscle car doing a major burnout with smoke everywhere, and then next to it, a Prius. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Basically showing that the past was much cooler than the future. And then how long it takes to process one of the newer type of credit cards is about 15 seconds versus the 5 seconds on the original ones. And then the popular music then was Nirvana, Pink Floyd,
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's, what is that?
Metallica.
Thriller. Yeah, the Black Album from Metallica.
The
But Dark
Beatles.
Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, and then the Beatles one, right?
Well, that's like a large range, so you can't really count that. That's cheating. That's too much of a range. You could say, you could say popular music then. They're literally spanning from the Beatles to Nirvana. I mean, come on, that's like 30 years, 40 years of music, and now they're talking about music today.
Well, no, that was all in the 90s. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not sure about the Dark Side. Dark Side wasn't.
The Beatles were in the 90s? You serious?
No. I wasn't thinking of the Beatles. I was thinking of Pink Floyd. But yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
Anyway.
Still was popular though.
Yeah, you're right. It was. You're right. Popular music. I don't know. Black Eyed Peas aren't bad.
Well,
For sucking so bad.
They don't suck. I actually think
compared to the other people.
Yeah, Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga.
Yeah, we got instead of Metallica and Pink Floyd and Nirvana, we have Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, and the Black Eyed Peas. Bah.
Oh, come on. Black Eyed Peas. I could actually listen to them. I find them interesting.
When did Neo join the Black Eyed Peas?
Who?
Neo. That's Neo from The Matrix. On the left.
An Asian version.
Yeah, it does look a little like Neo, but it's not.
So that's why the future sucks.
Very good, very good. I like that, man. That's very good. Awesome. And let's see. That's okay. Steve's got one BuzzFeed for today. See, I can't bust on Steve today because at least he brought something to the show. Liam, what do you want to bring? Over to you.
Everything else I have is BuzzFeed. I don't want to get crapped on all night.
No, it isn't really.
Okay.
Well,
No. So here's one. Have you ever had to go in and pay one of those fines or give somebody some money and maybe you just want to give them a little jab, right? You know, I'm not happy paying this, but I'm going to pay it. So what if you got freaking arrested for paying your fine in change or pennies, right?
Now listen, this is a good story. I'm glad you brought it up because I heard this mentioned on the Brochachos. And I wanted to see exactly why this guy got arrested. Because you can't get arrested just for paying in coins. You're allowed to do that, right?
You would think so.
Why not? Why couldn't? What do you mean, You can't?
Well, okay. Yes, you're right. Absolutely right. But the problem, what they got him on was disorderly conduct, because the intent, what he was doing was disorderly in public.
Well,
which
what did he
is-
see? I heard, what did he throw them all over the place or something?
No, he didn't go in there and just hand them coins. I'm sure he went in there and went, this is my payment for you. This is because he was made a scene, I'm sure.
Right.
I mean, hell, I would have. You got to make it dramatic when you're going to hand over, what is it, $25 and yes, it was only $25 in pennies.
Yeah, it's 2,500 pennies. That's not a big deal.
No.
Yeah, it's not even that big
I think
of a
the
deal.
problem is he demanded they be counted.
Oh, that's what it was. It was going to be a long time because he wanted them to count it. Yeah, but I mean that's technically but disorderly conduct to be realistic is really like a blanket kind of law that a police can use at their discretion and pretty much arrest anyone that's just kind of acting quote unquote out of line.
Right.
So
Right.
if you're just kind of being quote unquote disorderly, like if you're not following the line, then yeah, it's possible. I mean,
Well,
you could be
it says here-
arrested.
The arresting officer contended that his protest served no legitimate purpose. Guess what? I have the right to protest regardless of purpose servedness. That's one for door there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't think he should have been arrested. I'm on the guy's side totally. I think, but there's a difference between being arrested and being convicted of something. This guy could easily be arrested for disorderly conduct from a cop, and then step in front of a judge, and the judge immediately throws it out. So
Right.
That's the real.
This is
deal.
Salt Lake as well. I mean, they're pretty reserved there.
Well, he says they
Having
dumped.
just left that area.
Well,
Well, they don't like it when you do anything bad in a government building in Salt Lake. For
It
good
wasn't a
reason.
government building. It was a freaking medical bill.
It's a medical clinic.
Was it a medical bill?
But they said he
$25
dumped.
medical bill.
He dumps 2,500 pennies onto the counter and demanded that they be counted. Now, if he brought them like neatly stacked or something and put them on the counter and didn't demand they be counted, I think that he'd be all right. But you're right. He probably made a scene, that's pretty stupid. But I think if he just did it, I think if he did it matter of factly, like, here, I'm here to pay my bill, and just dumped them on the counter, I think he'd be all right. That should have been the way to do it.
Here's a little tip for you guys. If you're ever going to do anything crazy like this, you do it as calm as possible, because then they really think you might be crazy. If you come in, you make it a fit, oh, he's an a-hole, he just wants to be heard.
Right.
If you do it completely calm, like it's totally normal, they're going to be calling the police, but that's going to be because they're legitimately scared, not because they want some a-hole removed from sight.
Right. I'm with you. It's a good call. You know
Very
what I would
true.
do? I thought about this too the other day. If I was working at a place, like say somebody wanted to be like a real jerk, and like say I was working at like Wendy's or something like that. Somebody was mad at Wendy's and they came in and they bought like all this food and they paid for it in pennies. You know what I would do? I would say, all right, no problem. I would count the pennies, and I would take out as long as it took me to count the pennies. I would do it as slow as possible, and I would not give that guy his food until I counted every penny. So it would be right back at him. That's what I say.
Well, this guy was
He's
clearly
going to
blowing.
demand a refund, and you're going to have to recount them. I'm sorry, sir. We only issue refunds and bills.
Well, this
Store
guy was
credit
clearly.
only.
He was clearly blowing himself up. He didn't care about his day. He just wanted to ruin somebody else's.
Right. He handled it wrong. I think, like Liam said, he should have did it quietly.
He should have thrown him at him. No, the arresting officer assaulted. It said it was assault when he dropped the bag onto the table. He's assaulting the table. No, but this guy is not the first guy to have this idea. There was a news story about a guy who he paid $125 parking fine in pennies.
Right.
And now that he had to bring the hand truck in for that one. And then there was another one. Somebody mailed in their payment, and they mailed it in pennies, in plastic bags. But they had also got in trouble because they peed in the pennies. And you're not allowed to send like biological waste to the mail or something. That's what they said. So he got in trouble for that.
Damn. See, these guys are so close to get like. achieving these genius plans, and then they do something stupid to ruin it.
Yeah, because if he didn't pee in it, he would have gotten away with it.
Right.
Oh man,
Pretty good.
I remember. I don't remember what it was, but this reminds me of so some oh god, it was so long ago. It was probably early 90s. I was watching TV as a kid, and I remember seeing some talk show host was really upset over some professional wrestler who was trying to be a jerk. What he did was he said if you can take this basketball and dribble it 4 times, I'm going to give you for like $300, and holds it out to the kid. It's something of this sort, right? And then the kid dribbles like twice, and then he just kicks the ball.
That was Dr. Death. Come on now.
So what happened was so this talk show host was so upset by this that what he did was he legitimately mailed this wrestler I think it was something like half a ton of manure to his address.
Really?
and had a video of it and everything, of this guy literally arriving with truck pallets full of manure and like left it on his front door. So I remember it was something similar to that. This is a long time ago, and I always thought that was a very funny way of handling things.
Yeah, that is good. But I thought you couldn't send biological waste. Well, I guess you could get it delivered in a truck.
You can, yeah,
You
can
just
get
can't
it
use it in the post office.
Yeah, you can't use the post office. That's all.
That's cool. Good one, Liam.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. You need a courier what? Sure, we can do that.
You sure we can do that?
It was horse poop.
All right, Steve D, what else you got?
Okay, I thought this is great. Yeah, I mean, you have to see this. I wasn't going to bring this one up. It's not really good audio, but it's not a viral video, and I discovered it, so.
It's now a viral video or not a viral video?
It's not a viral video,
It will
but it
be after
deserves to
this.
be.
I mean, come on. We've got the freaking podnutz crew out there.
You see that YouTube? It's a YouTube video. It's great. It's called the title is important to know before you play the video. The title is entitled "Sleeping in Your Tent Like a Boss." And I don't know how I stumbled across this, but I loved it.
All right.
I'm grinning already.
You're what? What?
I'm grinning already.
You're grinning already. All right, let me make sure the audio is going to play. Here we go. I think we're all set. And playing now. All right.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Wait a minute. Did he mean to do that?
Yeah, he did. He's really in there.
All right. So, can you tell us what's happening?
So what everybody missed on audio is basically this guy was.
Go
What
ahead.
is that? What is that called? That's called
Wakeboard.
something. Wakeboarding. Okay, so he's wakeboarding, and he basically gets slung or slingshotted directly into his tent on land. So he's off land, he's on water, and he's zooming across, and then he gets slingshotted right in there. He goes flying into his own tent and lays and starts sleeping.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great. That's really awesome.
And that guy's laugh just makes it so much better.
I thought it was Liam at
It really
first.
Yeah, I know I did
Definitely
too, actually.
not me.
Where
So,
is
yeah.
where is the elusive Liam? Where'd you go?
I'm invisible. I'm invisible. You can't see me. Did it freeze up? Did my stream freeze?
Yeah, it must be frozen. We only now have
Must be
one
frozen.
frame every 20 seconds. The worst. That's a good one. A good video. Good video. Check it out. Sleeping in your tent like a boss.
I caught that video when it was like 1,200 views, and now it's up to like 14,000.
Really? Good
Yeah.
for you. How did you find it so fast? They had something on BuzzFeed about it, right?
No!
It must be.
Damn it.
All right, Liam, what do you got? I have stuff for what do you like and what don't you like, but you guys fill in the rest.
Sure.
Liam, you're on.
So, you know what sucks is 3D TVs. Because there's no good use for them, really. I mean, most of this 3D stuff's hokey. There's no good 3D games. It's just another thing. It's a checkbox on the back of on the back of a check mark on the back of the box to help sell TVs. You know?
Yeah. I think it's a waste of technology. Go ahead.
It really is, but I think perhaps maybe Sony has a great idea here. Look at this and tell me what you think. How about you're playing a multiplayer game with your friend? It happens to be one of these where you need 2 televisions, you know, to really, instead of split screen it or what have you, you need 2 TVs.
All right.
Well, what if instead of having 2 TVs, you just use a 3D TV, and one of the 3D glasses only has left eye lenses, and the other one only has right eye lenses. So now one person sees the left image, one person sees the right image. Well, they're not 3D images; they're 2 totally separate images. So that now you're basically using one TV as 2 screens for a multiplayer game.
I gotta check this out. Again, my computer is doing this thing where the last link I saved is the only one that's allowing me to paste. So let me see what's happening here. We're just gonna be watching.
What you want to do is just Control C after you've selected it.
No, I'm trying to bring it over. I'm trying to bring it over through Synergy. Are you in the Podnutz Lounge, Liam?
I was until you told me it was in Justin.
I know
where I'm at now.
But you're out of the lounge because I can't get the link over. I can't get the link over.
So what he's going to do is talk, just fill some time while I hop over on to podnutz.tv and type in the stupid CAPTCHA. Why does the CAPTCHA have punctuation? Since when did that happen?
It's in there now.
What's in there now?
The chat room on Justin TV. There's a link here.
Yeah, I know. I need the lounge one. The one on Justin TV is on a different computer. I used to bring the links over with. I'm not going to explain this to you, Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why can't I freaking paste this in the Podnutz Lounge?
The CAPTCHA?
There you go.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Thank you, Liam. This works.
No problem.
That worked.
That was a great, smooth transition. Nobody knew anything was happening.
No. That was completely edited, too. You guys heard the edited version. All right, so now we see this. Now we see this. This is good stuff. What is this? So 2 guys playing. They're in the same room, you're saying?
Same room, same TV. Feasibly, you could even you could be playing cards. You could be playing Texas Hold'em poker, and you both see your own hand, so long as you're not a cheating a-hole, and take your glasses off.
Okay, so they see completely different things?
Yes.
Yep.
Isn't this cool?
Because basically, so have you ever taken a pair of 3D glasses at the theater and turned them into 2D glasses because you hate 3D? I have. Basically, you take one lens you take 2 pair of lenses or 2 pair of glasses, and you swap the left lens for the right lens in the other pair, and vice versa, so that you have 2 right lenses, 2 left lenses. So you're only seeing the 2D picture. Well, you're either seeing the left 2D or the right 2D.
Right. Okay.
So that's kind of how this works.
Wow. But these, I mean, the glasses they're not just passive, right? They have circuitry in them, so you're only seeing
right. Yeah, they're shutter glasses.
Shutter glasses. You're only seeing one. That's pretty cool, man. That is
ingenious right there.
It's a good way of handling this crappy technology, but no, there's no buts. That is cool. Like, you could play a race car game against somebody, and you could both see full screen, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
All right, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. I still hate it with Liam. Still hate the technology. I think it sucks. But at least that's better than using it for actual 3D.
But here's an actual good use for it. You don't have room for 2 50-inch plasmas, and maybe you're rarely going to use two screens at once. But how about it? I mean, that's an even better idea. How about you have the DVR showing on one shutter, you have a video game showing on the other. The video game also has wireless headphones attached to the said glasses, piping out of HDMI, whatever. You know, I mean, that's simple enough for engineers to figure out. So mom's watching TV while Junior is playing Resistance Fallen Man, whatever. How about that?
Freaking amazing. Except,
cool.
It's really cool, except you got to wear the friggin' dumb glasses.
Well, in the future, they're going to put it's not going to be glasses anymore. It's going to be a giant helmet. It's going to weigh you down. It's going to get hot in there, and you're going to get claustrophobic.
That's pretty neat. This is really cool, man. And so did Sony do this, or they're thinking about it, or they're waiting for for themselves to get hacked again before they release something like this, or what?
They unveiled a $500 TV bundle. It
What?
looks like it's called with a cool 3D twist. It was announced at E3. So it's a 24-inch 1080p LCD.
24-inch. Okay, I was going to say $500.
HDMI.
Go ahead.
HDMI. Blah blah blah. Comes with a copy of the game. Extra glasses are only $70, which isn't bad. And then it goes on to so it's called Versus, and then it kind of explains everything.
Vizio calls it Versus.
I don't think $70 is cheap for glasses.
For
It's
active
crazy.
shutter glasses, you know.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know what active shutter glasses are.
They're
I've never
not.
heard
They're
of that
not just
before.
like They're not polarized sunglasses. I'll tell you that.
Polarized sunglasses are even more expensive than $70.
And well, these have circuitry in them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Neat. I like it, Liam.
That's-
Very cool.
But it's only going to get better.
Yeah,
mean,
I think
at least
so.
now we have some sort of worthwhile use for freaking 3D. I mean, come on.
And you realize as
3D.
the speeds of these TVs get faster, you could do 3 or 4 images on them at the same time.
You know, I don't know about that because you only have 2 frames for 3D. They're going to need some sort of other way to interpolate it. I mean, I could see it being feasible, but maybe not with the system we have now. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this.
Yeah, that is interesting. All right. Anything else, Steve D, that you have before we go to what do you like?
Yeah, I got something pretty good.
Okay.
So check this out.
I got
Medium
something
lounge,
better.
right?
Just saying.
I'm putting it everywhere.
Yeah, put it in the lounge for today.
That's how you get infected.
Who's breathing into the mic?
Is it me?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Is it you?
It stopped when you did that. So, okay, here it is. From digtriad.com. What is this? Bank of
This is
America gets padlocked after homeowner forecloses on it.
Oh,
What?
I saw this. This was great.
What
Yeah.
is this? This looks pretty awesome. Should I just play the video?
You know what? Normally I'd say yes, but this is like a 15-second commercial, and it was really crazy on the buffer for me. I mean, if you want to try it.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I could
Just
probably
talk.
do
Just
better.
talk for 8 seconds,
I
and the
love
commercial's
this story.
almost
This
over.
was awesome. Yeah.
I could probably do better than they can. So, all right. So in Cutler County, Florida, after hearing about a homeowner's, this homeowner actually. All right, here we go. Actually, yeah.
You want
It's
to
gonna
play?
play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Movers, a truck, and an armed deputy, all while a nervous homeowner stands by and waits. This is normally what you'd see when a person's being foreclosed on and their property seized by a bank. But today, it's the other way around.
They've ignored our calls, ignored our letters. Legally, this is the next step to get my clients compensated.
A Collier County judge said Bank of America had to pay Maureen Nairges and her husband's legal fees after the bank tried to foreclose on their Golden Gate Estates property, but they paid cash. The courts agreed they never had a mortgage to begin with. After more than 5 months, the bank still hadn't paid up. So the homeowner's attorney did just what the bank would do to get their money: seize their assets.
I instructed the deputy to go in and take desks, computers, copiers, filing cabinets, including cash in the drawers.
Outside the bank, several deputies stood by with movers ready to start hauling out the bank's office supplies and furniture. Inside, the homeowner's attorney was locked out of the bank manager's office by deputies, while the bank manager tried to figure out what to do.
He was visibly shaken. Having 2 sheriff's deputies sitting across your desk and a lawyer standing up behind them, demanding whatever assets are in the bank, it can be intimidating. But so is having your home foreclosed on when it wasn't right.
After about an hour, the bank finally cut a check.
As a foreclosure defense attorney, this is sweet justice, because this is a symptom of a larger problem.
That guy is very. There's no more
He
sound
is
for
a
some reason.
genius. You know how much work he is going to get from this?
He was
I know.
so proud of himself, man. He was
Of
gleaming
course.
from ear to ear.
Of course. I mean,
I would be too, wouldn't
how
you?
amazing. I don't know if it was completely clear, but basically what happened in a general sense is the Bank of America decided to foreclose on a couple in their house, but they had paid the house off outright. So they owned no mortgage whatsoever on this property. And Bank of America put them
There had
through
never been a
legal
mortgage on that property for them.
for them,
Not
yeah.
one
for the-
mortgage payment, yeah.
Yeah, so they purchased the house with cash. They didn't have a mortgage, but Bank of America thought they had a loan with them, so they kept hounding them and even took them to court and lost. But they countersued for the legal expenses. So Bank of America was ordered by a judge to pay them their legal expenses from battling Bank of America to basically not sue them anymore. Well, Bank of America never paid. That's what he was saying. Early in the video, Bank of America never paid. So they did what is in their legal right, which is to, after 5 months, they were allowed to seize their assets and basically foreclose on them.
Awesome.
How amazing is
man.
the bank owner's locked out of his own bank, and they're literally going with sheriff deputies. They're literally going behind the teller line, ordering the tellers out of the way
And
as they
take the cash.
and just literally like a bank robbery, emptying the cash out of all the bank teller drawers and jamming it into a bag. It's like a legal bank robbery.
A legal bank robbery.
I mean,
It really is.
if you saw, okay, what would you think if you saw a video of a bunch of guys with shotguns walk into a bank, and then the tellers are all getting out of the way, and a man is literally stuffing all the cash into bags? You'd think it's totally a robbery,
Right.
But this was completely legal, and they were going to take all their furniture and everything else to cover the expenses that they were due, but just when it was starting to get very serious and they were going to literally start loading furniture and computers and desks and stuff, the bank manager finally wrote a check.
I mean, how could the idiot let it get that far? I mean,
This is
Because they're a business, the big business. Oh, we don't have to pay them. They can't fight us. What are they gonna do? We're a huge bank.
Right.
They're little Mr. Mrs.
well, it's also typical of banks to not pay their bills for a while because banks are in the business of interest, and they know that if they hold out on a fee or a payment, that they're making out an interest on it because they're holding the money in their accounts.
Right.
So they just take their sweet time to pay anybody.
Wow. I really like that, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's my bank, too. That's my bank.
Bank of America?
Yeah.
It's one of the most evil banks on the planet.
Yeah, I know. I haven't had a problem with them yet. Yeah, I like I said before, when I go to a new place or whatever, and I want to find a bank, I find the place that has the most ATMs all over the place, the most branches all over the place, and I pick them for convenience. I don't think any bank is good, so I might as well get the one that's going to be the most convenient.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with Chase, so
Yeah.
I'm with another evil bank.
All right. Liam, you have anything else before we do? What do you like? What don't you like?
I've got one here. This is just kind of cool. I was perusing the net, found this. Dragons are kind of cool. Like dragons. You know, what'd be awesome is a dragon skeleton. How about a museum quality dragon skeleton?
I mean, can you put it in the lounge? Put it in the lounge. Put it in the
How to
lounge.
make your own.
Put it in the lounge. Put it in the
Man.
lounge.
You kidding me?
No,
There you
I'm not
are.
kidding you. We only told you twice.
I think you said it like 5 times in rapid succession there. So how about all it takes is a little bit of wire, some ingenuity, and some chicken bones, and you've got yourself your own museum quality dragon skeleton.
your museum quality dragon skeleton? The dragons of Malaysia. So what the hell is this?
So basically, this person decided they wanted their own museum quality dragon skeleton. Well, they decided to build one. The entire dragon is made from chicken bones besides the skull, because, of course, it's pretty difficult to breed some sort of creature that has that type of skull. So that's made out of some sort of modeling clay or something to that effect. But is that not like the coolest project? Wouldn't you just love to have that sitting on your desk?
No.
Yeah, but you're kind of skeeved out by stuff like that.
Well,
That's cool.
it's. I think I would. I don't know. I'm not into dragons. I guess is the polite way of saying this.
Why?
I'm not
Dragons are
super into
cool.
dragons or anything either, but that's if I walked into somebody's office or room or wherever and saw that, I'd be like, well hang on, I got to look at this. What
Yeah,
is this?
yeah, you're right. No, it's definitely interesting.
It's
Yeah,
Awesome conversation piece.
yeah, it really is. I wouldn't build it. I guess.
And then the person tells you, oh, I built that. No, I know you didn't. BS. Picture it didn't happen. You know?
No, I mean, what I would do is really
you
mess
got-
with people and say it's just it's a miniature dragon skeleton. I mean, or it's a baby dragon skeleton or something, and try to like make. I bet you if you said that seriously, people would actually think it really was that.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sure. I'm sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
They'd be looking at it.
Right. And
What are
they,
they going to do?
People are so-
Dispute their eyes?
right, exactly. And it's if it's in a case and has a copper or freaking plate label on it. Yeah, they would believe it.
I would just argue with people. Be like, "What? You didn't know? Like, we've been talking about dragons forever. Of course they exist." And
Right.
then watch people just believe you.
Right, exactly.
People don't have the highest science IQs. The average person, anyway, doesn't have the highest science IQ to begin with, anyway. So
Right.
I don't see that being too difficult to pull over on,
I know. Well, I mean,
on people.
yeah. Especially if you had that thing on your desk.
What?
You're right.
You don't believe archaeological evidence?
Yeah.
I think for those people, you could literally just say, "Oh, you don't remember that movie? Yeah, that dragon wasn't harmed in the making of that movie," or something like that. Like, there's so many dragon movies with real CGI dragons that you could probably use that as evidence as well.
You also just say, "What's the matter? You don't believe your eyes?" And then if they really they really believe it, like it doesn't take too much effort, then you need to go take it a step further and say that you shot that one with an arrow.
I was out deer hunting and then we caught this guy out of nowhere.
It was all over the news.
Right. You didn't see
So I
me
was-
holding it up?
I was driving, right, and we were looking for deer, and then and this guy kept nipping on my heels, so I shot him.
I thought it was a squirrel.
But then,
Boy, was
he
that
started breathing fire. Did you ever get singed by a dragon? All right.
So I got one more real quick one for you.
Okay.
I just got to bring this one up because it's been on my radar for a while.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like having a nice 30-inch display with 2560 by 1600 resolution.
Okay.
I love it. I mean, it's freaking amazing. You've worked on those, right, Steve?
Well, there's
On
two
a
of them.
30-inch?
Two. Which Steve?
Either one of you. I was talking
No.
to you, though.
No, I a 30-inch.
There's nothing like it. Yeah.
Actually, I worked on an Apple one. Yes.
Wow.
It's
Never seen
great. That resolution is amazing. But how about that on a 10.1-inch tablet?
No,
Netbook?
that's dumb. It's microscopic. You can't. I mean, let's see. How does?
Okay, that's like saying the Retina display is dumb because it's crisp and clear.
No, it's dumb because that OS has everything scaled for that.
Right. Well, I mean,
Windows
all
has.
the newer OS, you can easily scale for any resolution.
You can easily scale. Everything will be. Every time I try to scale on
Go to-
Windows, like certain text is, it's just a pain in the ass. It's just a pain in the ass. That's why it's stupid. No, you know what?
So this
it's
is
not
a
stupid.
new. Samsung announces a 10.1-inch panel, basically. It's 2560 by 1600.
Wow.
But instead of the traditional 3 subpixel standard, they're moving to a new, a kind of a different style. Basically, it's 2 subpixels.
Right.
So not only do you have better pixel density, you also have lower power usage because you're driving 1/3 less pixels than
Damn.
you would traditionally. So, I mean, take a look at this. This is some interesting stuff. It looks like they're going to be doing it for the Tegra 3s. So you get better battery life. It looks like better brightness as well. And
Oh,
then, of
for
course,
tablets. This will be good for tablets. Now.
And that.
Okay, and netbooks. I'm thinking, like, I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking like Windows 7 running on this thing. Okay. No, this is really cool. I changed my mind. Okay. I think it's cool. I do. I'm not just saying that. Cool, man. All right, let's do what do you like, what don't you like?
I think Steve should start first.
Sure. To be quick, I like mountain biking. I'm a freaking big fan for a long time, but mountain biking is a lot of fun. But mountain biking with an Android phone really makes it even more fun. I mean, I guess an iPhone would be fun, but man, I got a mountain bike Android mount, and I'm able to just like attach my phone to the front, which is really cool.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
What do you put on it while you're riding?
Pandora, of course.
Okay.
And
GPS?
and Google Maps, which is good. Which is really good on there. Google Maps, especially the Google Maps on the later versions of Google Maps that are out now, is just unbelievable. I mean, it just looks so good. It's so fast, and especially the I mean, I'm in a relatively densely populated area, so I get self coverage pretty much anywhere. So I don't really have to worry about other, not being able to get coverage. But I don't know about other people in crazy, Midwest weird areas, but for me, I get data coverage anywhere I'm going on this island that I'm on. So if I'm in the woods, I can zoom on in and just with a few clicks and immediately see the trail that I'm on, which is really nice. And it's just fantastic. So I'm just loving having a phone. I mean, there's nothing like having a bird's eye view of where you are.
Now, does it
as
have,
you're traveling?
What do you follow the little blue triangle on the thing? Like, because when I drive around with Google Maps, once the blue triangle leaves the screen, your little indicator pointer, it's gone. Like you have to reposition everything manually. Can you make it so that
you can let it follow it? Yeah.
You can? You can?
If you click on the little weather vane.
There's an option like Auto Center.
Well, the little on the top.
Oh, the compass. You're right. Yeah.
The little compass, like weather vane looking thing.
Yeah.
If you click on that, it centers the map.
Oh, but then you got to keep doing that. I want the whole map to move. No, it doesn't.
No.
Okay.
If you just click it once and then don't do anything else.
Okay.
Then it stays that way. As soon as you touch the map, then it lets go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And then